It's Joy here. I'm back again with another live, you guys. I'm not going to be on here for too long. I know it is a Sunday, sunny. I know a lot of folks are just kind of hanging out today, enjoying the time. I'm just going to go ahead and get right into the video, you guys, real quick because it's hot out here. So I want to get going. But basically, if this is you guys' first time watching me, my name is Joy. I am a narcissist abuse coach, and I've been dealing with narcissists since 2006, and since 2017, I have been helping former victims, now survivors, heal, move on, and recover after dealing with narcissistic abuse. And I hope that you guys can hear me and see me throughout the entire live. But basically, I just wanted to talk about how the narcissist is pretty much demonic. And I had someone ask me that years ago. They were like, hey, is the narcissist demonic? Absolutely, they are demonic. Why are they demonic? Beats me. A lot of times, you guys know narcissists are not normal. They're very much so evil, right? They're very like evil, very hateful. So you do have a lot of that going on. And a lot of times, when it comes to narcissists, they do have a tendency to project their negativity onto their victims, or just anyone. And then if they feel like you're better than them or whatever, they're maybe, let's say, they're competing with you, then they'll definitely do a lot of projection, and stuff like that. A lot of times they may try to take you out or take you down, and they may use their mouth, their tongue to, like, wish bad on you and stuff like that, or they'll gossip and they'll lie on you and things of that nature. So you do have a lot of that. And then with the spiritual narcissists, a lot of them use magic to try to get their way with certain stuff. But a lot of the times that stuff doesn't work and never will work. So a lot of times they're just wasting their time. But the narcissist likes to feel like they're doing something, and so I guess maybe that makes them feel better if they like talk about you, or if they do magic on you, that makes them feel better. Or if they gossip on you, or if they lie on you, that makes them feel better in their sick mind. So you have that. But yes, the narcissist is demonic. You don't have any control over that. And if the narcissist is demonic, then just let it go. It's not about you. If you have the capability, cut them off. Go no contact, stay no contact with narcissists, because it's not worth it at the end of the day. It's not worth your time and your energy and your effort, because a lot of times they just want attention. So you have to, a lot of times when it comes to the narcissist, you have to starve them of all attention and things of that nature. So and again, the narcissist could be anybody. Like I said, it could be a friend, it could be a family member, it could be a coworker, it could be an in-law, brother, sister, auntie, uncle, cousin, stepmom, stepdad, stepson, stepdaughter, things like that. So you do want to be careful on that. But I was thinking about, you guys, was defending yourself against the narcissist. I know a lot of you guys like that post that I did. So I was like, let's go ahead and make a video about it. Talking more on it, because it's very true. When it comes to dealing with a narcissist, you don't want to defend yourself. Like, let's be honest, you guys, when we're making these videos, let's say if a narcissist is watching, because you always got narcissists watching. They always got to lurk to see what you're doing, right? They got to stalk you. They got to, a lot of times they may harass you and they try to bully you. A lot of times they may try to intimidate you. And like I said, they're gossiping and spreading false lies and rumors, because remember, they're trying to make themselves feel better. So a lot of times that negative and evil stuff that they do, that's to make themselves feel better. It's not even really about you, because a lot of times the stuff that they say to you guys, it's not even really, they don't even come to you. They don't confront you. They don't even say anything to you, right? So it's just really a sick mind game. You get what I'm saying? So, of course, Brian, they're absolutely jealous, super hateful. And it's like, it is what it is. You can't control it. Only God knows why, And again, a lot of times if you've been a target for a narcissist, maybe they envy you, right? They're jealous of you. Maybe they are jealous of your body, or maybe they're jealous of how you look, or maybe they feel like you get more attention. It's just really stupid and petty. It's really dumb and petty. Like, and I'm just bringing this up to the surface because you guys might experience stuff like this. And like I said, it might not even be a romantic partner. This could be a friend. This could be a fake friend. This could be a fake boss, a fake coworker, anybody really. So, you really have to be careful of who you call friend, who you call family, because some people they just don't want to see you do good for whatever reason. It's really silly. It's really beyond me. I don't know why, but people will do stuff like this, But you guys chime in. Let me know how you guys feel. Give your mental health check on a scale of 1 to 10. Let me know how you guys feel. How's you guys' mental health check today? Let me know. But yeah, so basically, like I said, never defend yourself against a narcissist. Don't even, really, honestly, I would say, don't even argue with a narcissist, because really the narcissist knows what they're doing. They know that what they're doing is wrong. They're not stupid. You know what I'm saying? The narcissist is far from stupid. So, and again, it's really about making you look crazy. They want to make you seem like you're the bad person. They want to make it seem like, you're the one that's doing all this stuff, when actuality, they are the ones doing all the evil stuff. So yeah, that's what I see. But yes, and so, you do want to be mindful. Make sure you guys give this video a like. Make sure that you share this video with a friend or a family member that's dealing with a narcissist. Like I said, this channel is for the victims, and survivors of narcissistic abuse. But, you have narcissists that watch my channel, like, faithfully. You have narcissists watching me all the time. And it's just like, what are you watching me for? For what? So it's really just ridiculous. It's like, and I know that I had the individual tell me, they're like, hey, yeah, she has moved on from the narcissist. She's not thinking about the narcissist or anything like that. And she's trying to move on with her life, and the narcissist just won't let her go, So the male and the female narcissist will do that. They don't want to let their targets go, or their victims go, or their supply go, because a lot of times the narcissist needs their victims. They need that supply from you. If they don't get that attention, if they don't get that admiration, or if they feel like you're not talking about them, then they're bored, or they're going to try to start something, or start some stupid drama, or talk trash. You get what I'm saying? So I always say, don't even go there with a narcissist. Like, it's really not worth it, because really, again, they're trying to make you look crazy, when really they're the ones that's crazy. Remember, the narcissist is always going to project however they are onto you, because they know that what they're doing is wrong. They already know. They're not stupid. So okay, Brian, you said, with me, people see me as a target because I work a lot, and I try to take advantage of that, but I had to cut off a lot of the bees. Most people are lazy and envious. Yeah, I mean, you'll be a target just if you look good, or you're a target if you just do right, or you're a target if you're honest. You're a target if you're kind. Like, people, a lot of times, unfortunately, I'm not saying everybody, but some people just envy and get jealous over the dumbest things, guys. It's just ridiculous. Like, but that is unfortunately the world we live in. So my biggest thing to help you guys, if you're trying to cope with, dealing with this type of world that we're living in, I would just say get close to God, because really God is my refuge in this world. I don't know about anybody else and what they believe. And again, I'm not a Christian. I'm a spiritual person, but you have to build a relationship with God, because if you don't have a relationship with God, you will allow this world to overtake you, because it can if you allow it. But if you have your foundation is with God, then it's nothing or no one that they cannot say or do anything that will break you. Because with a narcissist, they try to break your spirit. They try to break your soul, and they do it by continuously doing something every day. They like to do stuff, little bits and pieces, like every day. And so eventually they try to make you go crazy. You get what I'm saying? So you have to remember that you're in control. You don't allow anybody to have power over you. That's why I said it's pointless to defend yourself against a narcissist. It's pointless to argue with a narcissist. It's pointless to try to prove your point. The narcissist already knows, guys. They know. They're not dumb by any means. But yeah, people will definitely try to take advantage of you. And it's good, excuse me, Brian, that if you set up boundaries, that's good. You have to cut off people that are toxic. You have to cut off people that are harmful, manipulative, controlling, deceptive, people even that are jealous and envious. But the thing is you do have to be careful, you know, and I do talk a lot about this, especially like when I'm coaching people. I actually had a session yesterday and that went well. People can hide their jealousy, right? People sometimes are really good at hiding their jealousy. People can hide, you know, their intentions. But the good thing about it is that everything always comes to light. You know what I mean? Everything always comes to light. So that's the beautiful thing. And again, with a narcissist, they're going to expose themselves. So you don't have to expose them or anything like that. You get what I'm saying? So that's really the biggest thing. And like I said, I know I have people watching me that hate me, and that's okay. You know, it's cool, because for me, I don't want to be liked by everybody. I don't want to be liked by a narcissist. I don't want to be liked by a hateful, jealous, evil person. Absolutely not. I only want people to come to this channel if they are a victim and a survivor of narcissistic abuse. But I know that I have narcissists watching me. I know. Absolutely, I know. Definitely. And I know that they watch me every day, and they have a group of people doing it. But you know, that's what comes with the territory. You know, not everybody is gonna like you, not everybody's gonna love you, and you have to be okay with that. You know, if you're the type of person, you want to please everybody, you want to be everyone's friend, you want everyone to like you, this world's going to take you out, because people could use that to their advantage. They're like, oh, this person is a people pleaser. This person wants to be liked by everybody. This person will do anything. You get what I'm saying? People will take advantage of you, and they will do it without a care in the world. They will not care about your well-being. So you have to be the type of person, you don't care what people think about you. You think I would be on this channel if you think I cared about what people thought about me? I don't care. And that's for the narcissists watching. I know you're watching. I don't care what you say about me. I don't care what you think about me. I don't. I want you to see my eyes. I don't care. So you know, because I know they watching. Absolutely not. So yeah, it's probably watching right now. So it is what it is. But anyways, but you guys, I just wanted to let you all be mindful of, you know, when it comes to dealing with narcissists, and you know, and just continue the healing work. You know what I'm saying? Continue the healing work. Continue, you know, doing the things, like if it's shadow work that you need to work through, or inner child wounds, or emotional triggers, or I know one person was saying like feeling like you know, they're not worthy. You know, you really have to begin to build yourself back up, right? And honestly, you guys, I had to do that years ago. I had to do that many years ago. It's not easy though. I'll be honest to say it's not easy. And you know, you really got to stay focused, because again, you will have people that will come around and they'll distract you, right? They'll hate, they'll be jealous, and they won't support you. And that's okay. Like I said, when you have your relationship with God, He will help you. He will help build you back up. I'm telling you, you need to have God in your life, or you need to be connected with someone that can help you, you know, build a relationship with God. That's why I always tell people, they reach out to me, they book a session with me, I'm always talking to them about God. I'm not forcing it on them, because everybody, you know, has their own beliefs. But like I said, I'm not a Christian or anything like that, because I know people that are Christians, they go to church, they have certain rituals. But me, I'm not really into church like that. I grew up in a church environment, but my foundation is just having my relationship with God. Now, I'm not saying that I'm closed-minded to going to church, but that's not really my thing. My thing is focusing on living what I talk, if that makes sense. You get what I'm saying? So when you build that connection with God, you know, you have to build trust. God has to trust you, and you have to trust God. You have to have faith, and you're going to go through different tests and trials. God's going to test you. I tell you guys this all the time, because it's very true. And I've been through it. I've been there, done that. It's no game, you guys. It's not a joke. Like, when God tests you, you're going to go through a lot of stuff. And that's the point where, you know, like when you have a relationship with God, you can't care what people think, because you will see that nobody cares but God. Like, you get what I'm saying? You will see that, because there will be times when there's nobody that you can call on. There's nobody that you can rely on but God himself. You see what I'm saying? So that's how you begin to realize, like, it doesn't matter what anybody says, like, you know, and only thing that matters is the people that care about you, the people that support you, and you support those people, that kind of thing. And you can ask God to bring those type of people in your life. And you can also say, hey, God, remove people that are not for me, or get them out of my life. You can say stuff like that, and God will do it. I've done that many times, you guys. I've asked God a lot of times, and I've seen people leave my life all the time. But I know that they still watch me, though. I know that they still watch me. But yeah, God will reveal a person's true colors. God will reveal. If you ask God to say, hey, is this person right for me? God will show you. He will show you. So, let's see. What else? All right. So, but yeah, so I was thinking about what else? There was another comment that was left on here. But yeah, that they were talking about is the narcissist demonic? So yes, the narcissist is absolutely demonic. And like I said, the other thing too, I want you guys to remember, don't expect the narcissist to change. Don't expect a narcissist to change, because I know a lot of you guys have that sense of hope. I get it, right? Because I was like that years ago. I was like that. But the narcissist will not change. And even like to a certain degree, I mean, I'm not going to say a toxic person won't change, but I wouldn't count on it, just because. And I'm not saying that people can't change, but just my experience, I've never seen a narcissist change. Like I said, you guys know, if you don't know, I lived with my aunt for 5 years. She was a narcissist. The male narc that I had a connection with, he was a narcissist. That was for 4 years. So I was dealing with those two at the same time. And then there was a borderline that I had met at a place that I had worked years ago. So those were the 3 individuals that kind of got me on this journey. So, you know, and those individuals are still the same. They are not changed. They have never reached out to me and said, hey, you know what, I'm sorry, I apologize, you know, and really tried to make a change in their lives. It does not happen. It does not happen. And a lot of people, I know that they hold out on hope, because and here's what I'm getting at, because people hold themselves back from, let's say, new beginnings or starting over. And I get it. The other thing too, a lot of people don't want to be alone. People feel like they don't want to start over. Maybe it's scary. People don't want to know, like, what they don't know, that kind of thing. So I guess I'm saying all this to say is, like, it's okay to start over. It's okay to be respected. It's okay to, you know your value and to know your worth, because that's what it's really about at the end of the day. Because you teach people how to treat you. If you allow people to disrespect you, if you allow people to violate you, take advantage of you, mistreat you, they're going to keep doing it. And they're just going to be like, oh, that's how they are. That's how I do them. You get what I'm saying? So it's really about, standing up for yourself. And I know that's not easy a lot of times, because I'm pretty sure the most people watching me are maybe sensitive people, empaths. I know I got narcissists watching. I know that, but this is not for narcissists. I know they're just lurking around, just looking for attention. But we're talking about, the people that are really needing the help and the support after dealing with these type of individuals, and a lot of them are afraid to speak up for themselves. A lot of them are afraid of confrontation. A lot of them are afraid of maybe change, or maybe afraid of who knows what's going to happen if they say no, or what's going to happen if they're assertive, or what's going to happen if they establish boundaries, or if they don't answer a phone call or text message or whatever. If, let's say, if they're dealing with a toxic individual like a narcissist, that kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? So, you do have that. But yeah, so I'm saying all this to say is, don't be afraid to stand up for yourself. Don't be afraid, to do what's best for you and your mental health. And like I said, when it comes, and I'm only saying this if it's regarding a toxic person and or a narcissist, you know. But like I said, don't try your best not to defend yourself against a narcissist, because like I said, they already know that what they're doing is not okay. They know that. They're not stupid. They already know that. So don't think for a split second. Don't think for a split second anything else or anything like that, right? So yeah. But anybody else want to chime in? I know I got some haters in the room, haters watching, so that's cool. But anybody else that's not a hater that wants to chime in on the topic at hand or anything like that? And like I said, that comes with the territory too. Like I said, it is what it is. It's unfortunate, but you know, sometimes you have to go through stuff like that, you know. It is sad, but it's true. So sad, but true. But if not, I'm gonna go ahead and chime out. I'm gonna head out. Appreciate everybody that came through. Appreciate the haters too, because you know what they say, like if you don't have haters, that means you ain't really doing something. So, and some people say that you should look at that as flattery. Me myself, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not really into that. So that's not really me. But like I said, I know it comes with the territory, unfortunately. But I guess it is what it is. It is what it is at the end of the day. So you gotta take the good and the bad. So you know that's what it is. What other topics was I thinking about? So we talked about don't defend yourself against a narcissist. Oh, I was going to talk to you guys about narcissistic mothers. We'll do that in another video, but be careful of narcissistic mothers, because they have a really big impact on our children. You have to be very mindful, very careful about them, because me personally, I think that the female narcissists are the worst. Because I feel like a lot of children, they look up to their mother more. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like the mother has a little bit more influence. And so the mother can really direct their children in a negative way more than the dad can. That's just what I feel. In my experience, you know, what I went through with my auntie, you know, she definitely had a lot of influence over the household. And luckily, you know, I had my own mind, so I didn't take after what, you know, what she was doing or anything like that. But you know, I'm just really grateful that I was able to, you know, move past that and, you know, go beyond that. But man, those narcissists, boy, whoo, they are something else, I'm telling you. But yeah, that's all I want to talk about for now. I'm trying to see what else do we got here. So, okay. All right, y'all. I'm chiming out. Yeah, Brian said, yeah, and before I go, if you find yourself being a target of the narcissist, I don't want you to feel bad about it. I want you to understand that, like I said, it happens. Unfortunately, it is a normal thing these days. And I want you to just really, you know, stay close to God, you know, build your relationship with God. And remember that, you know, you must be doing something right. I just want to encourage people that, you know, are currently around narcissists. Maybe you have to work with a narcissist, or maybe you live with one, you know. And as always, if you're living with a narcissist, I always encourage you to plan your escape, you know, get out as soon as you can. Do what you got to do. That's what I did years ago. Like when I was living with my auntie, this is the thing, you guys, this was before I knew that my auntie was a narcissist. I didn't even know that she was a narcissist. I was thinking like, oh, okay, everything is normal. You know, the way that she treated me, the way that she behaved. And I remember she used to tell me like, oh, you know, you can't feel that. You can't express that. You know, like let's say, you know, I had a difficult day or something like that. I remember she would tell me like, oh, you know, don't feel that way, or don't express that. So a lot of times, and that's what I'm saying, like the mothers, they're expected to be the, you know, empathetic, the support, the encouragement, the nurturing aspect. And so a lot of children, kids, even adult children, they need that. and if they don't get that, they kind of crave that, so that's why I said it's the narcissistic mother does a lot of damage, to their children, because the dads more so, they just kind of more so looking to protect and maybe even like do things to help their children or whatever, or they may try to like discipline, they may teach their children discipline or whatever the case may be, right? But the mothers, they have more of an emotional role, like a nurturing role, so it's very unique, and like I said, they can really do a lot of harm to their children, especially the daughters, the narcissistic mothers and the daughters. Ooh, boy, that's the worst, boy. I'm telling you, like, I know that from firsthand. Like I said, my auntie, obviously, she's not my mother, but, she acted, that was her role for about 5 years in my life at that period of time. And boy, when I tell you, she treated me differently than her sons. I know that. And not even just narcissistic mothers, but you guys can tell me, what do y'all think? Like, what I've seen and what I've observed, I've seen mothers treat their daughters differently than their sons. I've seen it. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just like within the Black community or if it's in other communities. I don't know. I only know about my community. But what I've seen, it's rough and it's not cool at all. And I know, like, when I have kids, I'm definitely not going to do that with them. Absolutely not. All children will be treated the same. You have some mothers that are more stricter with the daughters. They, I've always heard that term, like they raise their daughters and they love their sons. It's like, no, you should raise both children, and I'm not, perfect in any way. And I'm not judging anybody's parenting, but I'm just saying this based off of what I've seen. I'm saying this like what I've seen, like just out and about in public and stuff like that. You see a lot of it, and it's unfortunate. It's really sad because all children need the support. All children need to be loved the same way. But like I said, the narcissistic mothers, they will do the worst damage to their offspring, and it's really, really sad. But we'll talk about that on another video. I hope that you guys are enjoying the end of the summer. Can you guys believe it's August and it is flying by so fast, you guys? We're going to be in a freaking September. Oh my gosh. We're going to be going back to school. Are all the kids going back to school for those of you that have little ones? And then, you guys, I feel like I made a topic about this before, about how you have some kids that are narcissistic, right? Like the parents are not narcissistic, but somehow the children end up being narcissistic. And honestly, you guys, where I think that comes from. So definitely it could be some parenting going on, but I feel like it could come from the schools. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in these like elementary schools, middle schools, high schools, a lot of stuff that maybe goes on in churches, different clubs, different organizations. Hey there, so you do have that. But yeah, so you just have to be careful about stuff like that. Just make sure you're the type of person, you're being a role model. Make sure you're not being narcissistic and trying to lie on people and get people arrested and stuff, and just do like weird stuff. You don't want to be doing that type of stuff, because that stuff is evil, and that stuff is not unseen. God sees all of that. So don't feel like, if you've dealt with a narcissist and they've done something to you, don't feel like they're getting away with that. Absolutely not. They're not getting away with anything. They may laugh and they may talk gossip. They may watch you. They may stalk you. They may harass you. They may try to intimidate you. They may try to threaten you. None of that is, God sees all of that. You don't, like I said, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to confront the narcissist about anything. You don't have to say a word, nothing. Like, God sees everything, especially if you're close to God. Ooh, boy, that's a no-no in God's eyes. Oh, that's like a crime. That's like when you mess with the wrong person, bruh, that's a crime in God's eyes, and He don't play about that. He don't play at all, bruh. It's no game, no games, bruh. So just note that. But anyways, I'm signing out, you guys. I love you so much. Make sure that you do give this video a like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Love you guys. Oh, and don't forget, you guys, make sure that you leave topics if you want to, any topics that you want me to make a video about. Make sure that you leave it in the below this video, or leave it in the chat right now, and then we can go from there. But anyways, like, subscribe, and till the next time, make sure you share the video too. Share the video. All right, bye guys.